He is the jewel. When things are most difficult, I look to Mane. But you look at that Martial goal, and that's what Tony M can do.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Needed. This was needed. This is what Liverpool needed. Because this is going to be a long title race. It's going to be a long title race that's perhaps potentially could go down to the last day. This is the Liverpool that was missing against Leicester City. This is the Liverpool that was missing against West Ham. A team playing with confidence and that kind of swagger that we know that they can do. But before I even get into this, I have to address Sadio Mane. Because it is easy to look at 3-0. I'm like, oh man, Salah scored, Ronaldo scored. That first goal is always the most important goal. Especially whenever you're under pressure and you don't know where the goal is going to come from. That first goal, that's the goal that settles the nerves. Because as longer it goes, everybody's looking at who's going to get the goal. Who's going to get the goal. And the longer the game goes on and not a goal is scored, pressure mounts. 3 games in a row and homeboy has scored the first goal. Sadio Mane. And I keep telling people that Sadio Mane is that guy. I get that Salah has scored the most goals. He's the biggest goal scorer and so forth. But Sadio Mane is the jewel. He is the jewel. When things are most difficult, I look to Mane. You know? And yet again, it shows you what's in this repertoire. A guy can hit it with the right foot, the left foot, one-on-one, long ranger, finesse, aerial ability, and she showed, boom, header. So it's like, I keep telling you that this guy's overall skill as a footballer is incredible. Is absolutely incredible, and he needs to be appreciated more for what he does. Because he is Liverpool's key guy. Everybody has a role. But that guy, that dude, is your boy Sadio. But of course, the team played well, and bro, that Ronaldo goal, man. You have to realize the difficulty of that goal. It looks easy, but anybody who plays football will know that what he did for that goal, it's very difficult because you have to look at the angle, him judging how much power he needs to put, him judging the accuracy and the positioning and the placement of it. That's a G. Like, that's really a G that you have to look back and say, you know what, that's a G. That's a full-on G. That there's nothing more to add. That's just, you just hold the hands up and say, you know what, that's just a G, and look, let's just go and live our life. So that was an absolutely tremendous, amazing G. And again, Salah, quality as well. Navigator, boom, forward pass, beautiful thing. And I think that's the thing. What Liverpool have been missing is the front three figuring it out. Because once the front three are clicking, this team can score against anybody. And I think that's what they did so well last season, is that it was so difficult to stop this front three because they were so in sync. They were so on the same wavelength, and their understanding of each other's movements was so precise and so off the cuff that it was almost impossible as a defensive line to really hustle them down. So, look, man, for Liverpool, it was this performance is going to give them a massive boost because now they say to themselves, okay, because it's easy to forget that, can we do this? Do we still know how to play this well? Do we still know how to go big? Do we still know how to ride? Do we still know how to play at that high level? And, you know, they're reminding people that, yeah, man, we can still play at that high level. We can still ride, man. So it doesn't change things. I still believe that Man City have the psychological edge. I still think that the mental power is still with Man City. But at least Liverpool have now put the ball back at their court. Say, all right, boom, we've done our bits. We've got back to winning ways. You've now got to respond. You've now got to say something. You've now got to try and at least somewhat react and just be like, what up? But look, man, it's going to be a toughest title race. And I think for Klopp, he's got to tell his boys and tell his team that this needs to be replicated for the rest of the season. This needs to be replicated somehow, some way. They have to replicate this mojo, this swagger, this movement, this belief, and this confidence in the play. I didn't see this confidence against Leicester City. I didn't see this confidence against West Ham. Because I was like, wait, I know how well this team can play. I know how well as a team these guys can completely destroy and play teams off the flipping pitch. And I just think it's one of those things where Klopp has to really take the team in together and be like, you know what, guys, we have to figure out a way of playing like this against different setups. Because obviously the way that Leicester City are set up, or West Ham are set up with different players, different personnel, different tactics are different. But Klopp has to say, wait a minute, no, we can still do this, but in a different sense to other teams. So we must find a way to psychologically, mentally get into this understanding of having this confidence and say, no, let's figure out how to score against these guys. We just have to figure it out, because that's what football is about. Liverpool will not have it this way with this kind of freedom against other teams, because when they face United, it ain't going to be like this. That United game could be pivotal. That could be a pivotal game in this flipping title race, and they're going to have to completely play in not a totally different way, but they're going to have to adjust a lot of things from what they did here. So, look, man, it was needed, because again, we go to football philosophy and football mentality. You need to grab a confidence boost from anywhere, and as I said in my preview, this had to be a minimum of a lubrication. Like if this was 2-1, 1-0, for me it would actually be even worse. It would actually be even worse. But the fact that it was a 3-0 standard lubrication victory, then it's like, all right, we know that we can do this. We know that we can play at that high flipping level and not to destroy it. But you've got to go again. United, man. Guys, United are beating PSG. And now this is not really all based on Fulham or anything. It's just based on these players who, I've already said, Martial is arguably one of the best players technically in the Premier League. Pogba, at his best, is perhaps the best all-round player in the world. You already know Rashford is on form. Lindelof and Bayer have now formed a partnership. We already know what your boy De Gea does. Lukaku can be a useful weapon. Sanchez is still a brick. But you look at that Martial goal, and that's what Tony M can do. That's what Tony M can do. Because Tony M can take the ball from a halfway line, get past dudes, and he's so cool and composed because he's got like the best poker face and poker thing in the world. He can coolly finish. And Labille, man, I told you guys, Labille, because for me, I still stand by what I said before, that based on form at the period in time, Traore was the best all-round player in the Premier League. When Pogba is at his best, as far as tackling, defending, passing, creativity, goal scoring, is there anybody better in the world than him? Like Kante can do all those things, but he cannot do it to the level and as to the same quality as Labille. Because again, for that goal that Labille scored, Sergio Rico was smoking trees. He was smoking trees, and I think he assumed that it would be a cross. For me, that was a shot. Because for me, I thought, okay, did Pogba try the cross and everything? I looked at it on the replay. It was a shot. It was a shot. Great ball from Martial. Labille saw that there's a little bit of an opening, a pocket here. The way he shaped it and the way he struck the ball, that was a shot, and that's still a quality goal. And that's what this boy can do. Because for me, I don't worry about the number. Because again, on Twitter, they're like, 8 goals, blah, 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 blah. And I'm only heroes go. No. For me, I look at performance. I always use the eye test. I never use flipping stats. I always use the eye test. And the thing that Solskjaer has is when Pogba is freed and unleashed, that's the thing. I mean, when Pogba is free, it's a similar thing to Naby Keita. Similar thing to Naby Keita for me. When Pogba is unleashed and is really playing at his best and is now controlling the game and he's just playing with a freedom and he's enjoying himself, Manchester United are a very dangerous team because the kind of weapons they have. Because what I say to guys, this is very important. They are friends. They are friends off the pitch. Like Labille, Tony M, the boy Rash, the boy Jay Lings. They're all good friends. They're hangouts. So when you have players who are really good friends, they have an understanding, they talk, they joke with one another, that translates onto the pitch because that means their personalities are similar. And by their personalities being similar, that means they share the same view of how football is being played. So once you share that kind of understanding, that means you move the ball without thinking. And I always say to guys, this is football ABC, the way that you beat teams is where you move the ball one touch without thinking. It's instinctive. Because if you're thinking about it, it allows the defense to really settle down and everything. But if things are instinctive, it's one touch, it's fast, you're doing things off the cuff through your sixth sense. The stop is happening too quick, so it's very hard to defend against. Very hard not to defend against. So Solskjaer is cooking up something. I mean, Manchester United are one of the most interesting teams right now. Just based, look, they're black, all right? Okay, man, look, they're black. No, but look, he's just cooking up something with those guys, man, and it's just, they're one of the most interesting teams out there. And man, look, I'll do the flipping preview, man. Relax. This is the bloody. I mean, guys, come on. I'm a professional. This is a W Premier League preview. But look, man. Kylian can take this guys on by himself. So what's one man? 18. I think isn't he still 19 or he's on 20 now? He wants the Kylian can take on these 4 or 5 guys by himself. That's ridiculous. Look, just relax, man. I'll bring on that damn preview on Monday. But just also what I said, like Naby Keita, I've always said the thing with Naby Keita, he struggled, trying to get in there and everything. I am a fan of footballers. And whenever I look at Naby Keita, that's why I never really come out and say, oh no, Naby Keita is not that good, is he a bust? Because what I've seen from him is, no, that guy, there's a very good footballer there. And I'm a fan of footballers, guys that should just naturally adapt. I'm not into the whole stats, numbers, how effective, or Garrett assists. No. If I see a quality footballer, because if I'm a manager and a coach, I build my team based off of footballers first, then I find my role players and my effective players. But the hearts of my team are you good at football? Can you play football well in the naturalistic sense? How good are you on the ball? Do you have the sex and the swag to play with that ball? And that's what I see with your boy Naby Keita. That's what I see with your boy Naby Keita. So, if he can fit into this team and just find an understanding into this team and everything he does works and is effective and he's built an understanding with the front three, Liverpool now moves to that next level. And I think it's real time now. But just quickly, the other results: big win for Watford there. Everton, man sense of Marco Silva. I think dude's going to get sacked, man. Dude's going to get sacked. That's another L. That's another L that they've taken. Massive, humongous win for Cardiff City, of course, with the whole Emiliano Sala thing hanging over that team. So that is a huge victory to win away from home 2-1. That is a massive, great result. Bloody good result from Bournemouth. A lot of away wins. So those are 2 away wins. That is a damn good away from Burnley. 3-1 away to Brighton. That's an amazing win, and I think that will probably help them in the table. All square West Ham Crystal Palace. Now this Arsenal Huddersfield game right now, Arsenal should be smacking Huddersfield 3-4-5. So I think there are 2 ways to look at that result. Disappointing because, bro, you had to have a bigger reaction to what happened against Man City. So that had to be a 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 against the worst team in the Premier League. But at the same time, a win is a win. 3 points is 3 points. And I think for Emery, he'll say, look, man, deserved more. I wanted a bigger reaction, a bigger performance for a win is a win. But look, I was like, I'm just happy my boy will be scored, man. So guys, we roll again, man. Liverpool fans, man, it's going to be an emotional ride, and I will do my best to be with you all on what is going to be a very, very twisty, topsy-turvy Premier League title race. But at the end of the day, bro, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patreon page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.